Let us pray to the Lord. For all those who are suffering from the coronavirus or other illnesses, may Christ, the divine physician, bring them healing. Let us pray.
Father Richard Vigoa is the pastor of St. Augustine Church and Catholic Student Center at the University of Miami in Coral Gables. After contracting COVID-19 himself early on in the pandemic, Father Vigoa is using his shared experience with the virus to better connect with his congregation. Did you feel somewhat of a solidarity maybe with some of the parishioners who got it? Because we can talk about it sort of in abstract terms, but then to actually go through it, it's very different, right?
That's one of the silver linings, I think, of this is that because I got COVID, there was this, at least as a priest, to be able to relate to people and be in solidarity with someone who's sick or a family member who's sick, or how scary it is that you have COVID. As I said, some of our parishioners that had died, and be able to talk and counsel with some of the parishioners was very powerful. Because until you get it, you really don't know the effects of it.
I'm sure it was really stressful too, because you kept thinking, when am I going to get better? Because I need to get back to work.
We were still shut down, but there was a lot to do. And while we were shut down, I was sick. My brain's going, okay, how do we make this happen? People are at home, but we still want to contact our parishioners and be in touch. So how do we do this? Before COVID, one of the things that I wanted to do, and I've been stressing it, my mission statement was the new evangelization. What does that mean? The new evangelization is preaching the same gospel with different mediums, with ardor, with excitement. And so before COVID, we had this whole plan of how we're going to do the new evangelization. I was reluctant to do the digital evangelization. I thought, we'll get there. We'll see if there's the need for that, to kind of tape the masses, a podcast. And then COVID hits and we went to masses online. And so that was a decision we made early on to live stream everything. Every function that we did, talks, forums, parish hall. We wanted to create an online community where we were really connecting parishioners, and people felt that although I can't be on campus, I still know what's going on. From that, we did service outreaches and we would go out to people's homes. So the digital evangelization has really helped us fortify what we already had going on. It was the spiritual component was already strong. It was something that people loved.
So give us a sense too of where these new cameras are located, because they're really out of the way. Before you said everything, there were so many cables on the floor.
Oh yeah.
It was really, in the way.
And it's incredible because they're in the back of the church. We have one here on the side of the church, and it has the capacity to move and shift and rotate, and so it can capture the procession coming in. So these are very high-tech cameras, and we're just blessed to have them.
St. Augustine Church streams its masses on their app, where you can also access classes, other ministries, town halls, and the show Bless This Kitchen, which gives Father Vigoa the chance to get to know his parishioners, like Bea and John Harriman.
We needed that daily reinforcement. It's just been such a comfort to be able to pray together with other people, even if we're just spiritually connected, and to feel that unity that we needed so much.
John and Beatriz, welcome to Bless This Kitchen.
Father has been great. Father Vigoa has been wonderful about keeping that torch of faith alive, and that evangelization objective, which is one of St. Augustine's strengths with the UM students and our parishioners.
Have you had other parish priests reach out to you and say, what are you doing? I want some of that. I want to do that here.
Yeah, actually I have. I've had some of my brother priests who have come and said, what's going on? I hear such great things. And it's not about me. It's if you put the work in, it's gonna happen. I've always said that the secret sauce of any priest or pastor or evangelizer is the ministry of presence.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Being available, celebrating all the masses, celebrating the liturgies, being accessible to people, And I think that that catches on and people feel the sense of belonging because here's someone who cares and wants you to be part of this family.
As a pastor, I'm sure you've had a lot of people come to you who they're depressed. They have a lot of anxiety. They're tired of dealing with this, or they're just sad. So how do you pastor them? What do you say to them?
That is a reality that we're dealing with right now that is very serious. We're dealing with a lot of people with depression, with anxiety, sense of loss, and also an older population where their adult children are saying to them, listen, I don't want you to go to Mass, I don't want you to go to the grocery store, I don't want you out and about. But it's creating where we have an older generation who are finding themselves very lonely and very depressed. So something like our online masses and the different things that we're doing on different platforms has helped. I would say to someone who is dealing with that is, you need to connect to your faith community. You need to have a prayer life. You need to have that relationship with the Lord that's gonna sustain you and feed you. We're not gonna be able to do it by ourselves. There is a truth that lies outside of ourselves, and when we come to understand that, we can draw from that strength, and that helps us on our daily journey.
What about somebody who's watching this right now and they're not Catholic, maybe they don't even go to a church or have a religious life, but they're hurting and they want to do something? I mean, what would you say to someone like that?
I would say reach out to someone, even if you don't feel like it or if you don't want to. Someone that is a family member, a friend, maybe someone that you know that has a faith component in their life. If you're alone and you're stuck, you need to reach out.
This has been a crazy year, not only with COVID, but also with the social justice movement, the election, and now we're getting towards the end of the year. How can we handle that? And as we're hopeful for a 2021, but what should we be thinking about right now?
My suggestion would be is a position of thanksgiving, of blessings. We have our health, we have our family. We need to heal some divisions. We need to heal some brokenness that perhaps is in my own life or in my family's life. But I think it has to be from a point of departure of just thanksgiving, of feeling blessed and fortunate. And when you approach the world in that way, I think it just kind of comes together and you see it differently, because your response to the other is going to be different. The way that you look at the world is going to be a little bit different. And 2020 can teach us a lot if we're able to just to sit back and say, we need to grow from this and we need to love each other.